Welcome back to Hosiercraft. I'm Joe, and today we're going to be talking about grief and loss in our topic today. And if you haven't seen my channel, welcome. Glad to see you. Most of my focus here is my PTSD recovery journey, and I would like to invite you all to come along and join me. And if you have anything to say, let me know. I'm glad to hear from you. And let's get into it. All right, first of all, for any of you that watched much of my content, you already know that I'm abnormal. All right, and when I talk about things, it's my understanding, my perspective. And when it comes to grief and loss and going through that, no two people are the same. You know, how I see things and how you see things can be different. How we process them and how we deal with them can be different. And of course, there are unhealthy things and healthy things. So when I was coming up with this, I was thinking a lot about, my ability to grieve. The end of grief, I would call it. I would say that I've been through a lot of losses. I'm sure anybody who's got PTSD has. Anybody who's lived life very long has had losses. And they will grieve those. And it doesn't matter whether it's people, whether it's a home, a job, finances, if there's relationships. There are many, many types of things that we can grieve with varying intensity. And I came to a point of losing things over and over. I can say I have climbed to the peak of a mountain in my life on multiple occasions where I'm on top of the world, Mom! And I either jumped off a cliff or got kicked off, or a combination of the two, many times over. I have, of course, been through, like I said, a lot of the same things other people have, but I've been through a lot of them. I've had betrayals, broken trust, just many, many things. I've lost countless number of people that have passed away. I can still kind of remember when I used to feel the pain of grief. Like when I had my first heartbreak. I'm sure many of you may remember that still. That was terrible. First time getting cheated on. That was, I think, worse than my first heartbreak. My first divorce. And then, of course, losing everything. And there came a point for me that it just seemed like everything had already passed away to me. Everything in the future, the past, and the present. Even though it's here now, it's as if I've already grieved every person, place, and thing in existence. And it just stopped being able to feel anymore. Got like an apathy, a sense of becoming just strictly analytical about it. Just processing, okay, this person is now gone. What are the logical next steps? Not even considering the fact that I would feel anything. Of course, I also, because if I'm dealing with any other people, have to think about, oh man, what kind of emotion do I have to pretend to have so that I don't seem like such a heartless bastard. Because I do care about people, and I do not like to see them pass away. But I just don't feel it anymore. And I'm like, is there something wrong with me? And I think there is. I think that's something I would like to, as much as it would be sucky to go through, I think it's a human component that I'm missing. It's not like we only have a certain amount of measurement that we can have to grieve. When we run out, it's gone. But that's what it feels like with the lack of feeling for me. And that can kind of make you feel pretty isolated, because I haven't found another human being that's forgotten how to grieve. Now, of course, one of the things I want to do with my recovery, and I don't really know how, so I'm going to be doing some one-on-one stuff with somebody, a professional, and I want to know how to grieve again. I mean, that doesn't sound logical to me. It doesn't sound like something you would want, is to have to know how to feel all that pain again. But it's part of a human process. As the guy who comes here who does like the Bible study and the grief and loss, wonderful man, very wise man. It's a class I take, and he says grieving is natural, normal, and necessary. Okay, well, I'm not getting that anymore. I lost it. But still, you guys out there, I can logically think of all the different things about the process of grieving and what we're supposed to go to, the shock, I can talk about how we'll go through denial and anger and bargaining, and then when we finally come to being at peace with it and learn how to carry it with us. Because one thing I do understand is that everything I have grieved, I still carry inside me. But the burden has become lighter over time. And that part can be true for anybody, especially if we allow ourselves to go through the grieving process and don't do things that will stifle that. We don't need to, or, whatever your thing was, that's not going to help you get through grief. Okay? It just don't. Especially guys like me. If you're got PTSD, depression, anxiety, any of that will not work. You gotta share your grief. Share that burden. If you're a spiritual person, you go that way. You can see a professional and talk about it. I know a lot of people hate to talk about it. There are lots of people I know, I don't trust professionals. Man, they don't get those jobs for just so they can give you any problems. They're there because they actually care and want to help people. And it's hard for them to keep themselves separated from listening to other people's issues. That weighs on them because they are human and they care. And they're doing that because they want to be able to help. There are lots of resources for when you go through grief. Get off your high horse, humble yourself, and talk to somebody when you're going through it. Even if it's just somebody that sits there with their mouth shut and listens, it's better than nothing, because when you talk to somebody, you're talking to yourself, and those of you with a spiritual belief feels like you're talking to a power higher than yourself as well. And I wish I had magic answers, but I don't. I am in the process of recovery, and I am in the process of healing. And I want you to be able to do well in your process too. Thank you once again for coming along with me on my PTSD recovery journey. I'm Joe, and this is Hosiercraft. And y'all already know the spiel. Please subscribe and ring the bell, because if you want to get more of this content, that's how you find out when I make it. As well as you can look at all my other videos. And also, I would love it if you give it a like, and also please comment. Those comments are important to me and possible to others. You know anybody out there that can benefit from anything I have to say, please do them a favor and share. And so, until next time, I will see you again on Hosiercraft.